Hello, welcome to KVIS Complete Home English Learning Program. This course is designed to improve the way you communicate. We will go into great detail on spoken English, effective communication, and most importantly, interview skills. We will help you with basics to avoid common pitfalls and help you to be successful. Let's go through KVIS program on interview skills. By implementing the thoughts and techniques in this presentation, you are going to increase your success rate in interviews tremendously. Although you might or might not be familiar with the techniques mentioned in this program now, these techniques and ideas are not particularly difficult. I call this would definitely give you enough insights on how to deal with an interview. Through this part of program, we offer an exciting and innovative way and approach to develop your interview skills. We make you to step ahead to demonstrate how to prepare your interview answers, which includes exercises which are very easy to understand and implement, and they will help you to improve your interview skills. No matter even if you are a fresher, an experienced person, or a professional, this program will definitely refine and help you to build your confidence and helps you to give effective answers in an interview. After this unit, you'd be able to build trust and rapport with the interviewers, respond to toughest interview questions, and able to mention all your achievements. No matter how technically brilliant you are, if you do not gain trust and establish rapport with the interviewer, the chances for you to get that particular job are pretty less. However, the skills and techniques you develop from reading and practicing according to the instructions in this program would definitely not only win the job for you, but also enable you to get a rewarding career. Let us begin with an introduction on types of interviews. Types of interviews. There are 5 types of interviews, which are interviews with recruiting agencies, interviews with headhunters and employers, interviews with personnel, HR and managers, assessment centers, and psychometric tests. Let us go through them briefly. Interviews with recruiting agencies. There are many reasons why a recruiting agency is recruiting you. You might have approached them, they have advertised the job, and you might have responded to the advertisement. It might be through job portals, or the company which you have applied for recruits through that particular recruiting agency. The next slide would be on interviews with headhunters and employers. Interviews with headhunters. A headhunter is a person who approaches you to speak with you about a potential job opportunity that you have not applied for. The headhunter only deals with senior roles and well-paid jobs, and those are the jobs which require specific skill sets. Interviews with employers. These interviews are conducted at the company or employer's office. You may have applied online on the company's website, an advertisement in the newspaper or magazine. Personal, HR and manager rounds. Personal HR interviews are a bit hard to predict. These rounds specifically focus on salary and benefits, the reason for leaving the company which you are working for, the reason for applying, your motivation, your long-term career goals. Interviews at the assessment centers. The term assessment center is not about a place. It is used to describe a selection process. It is a process which involves interviews and a range of other assessment activities. The assessment centers were developed by the War Office during the Second World War. They were used to select the candidates to become officers for the armed forces. They want to assess candidates in a range of scenarios that simulated real time situations. Let's see what happens at an assessment center. In an assessment center, typically you will be joining a group of other candidates for a series of tests. These are designed to show your potential to the prospect employer, including your personal and technical skill requirement for the job. The typical qualities, skills, and attitudes that are evaluated at an assessment center are your analytical ability, your calmness, your awareness, your decision making, your flexibility, your interpersonal skills, your leadership skills, logical thinking and motivation, planning, your presentation skills, confidence, and your teamwork. Psychometric tests. A psychometric test is a test which evaluates a person's capacity and ability to act and react to a particular situation. This also evaluates the person's experience to order the thought behavior. The psychometric tests are also called occupational tests, psychological tests, and personality tests. They reveal your ability, aptitude, intelligence, performance, your problem solving skills, and your verbal and numerical reasoning skills. Our next topic would be nervousness and its solutions. Nervousness. Nervousness is natural before an interview. However, you can always help yourselves so that your nervousness doesn't affect the outcome of the interview. If you overcome nervousness, you will confidently give a very good performance at the interview. There are two solutions for nervousness: psychological and physical. Let us go through them briefly. Psychological solutions. Again, there are two types of psychological solutions. They are relaxation and being realistic. Relaxation. Telling yourselves to relax is lot more easier. Always try to focus and relax by taking deep breaths. Have a shower before you start off to the interview venue. Stop on your way to have a cup of tea or coffee. It is very much important to be relaxed and show your better side. Always be yourself and relax. The second psychological solution is being realistic. Be realistic that as you have come thus far for that particular interview, you are the prospect candidate for that particular job. Pat yourselves that you have been through thus far through many number of interviews and interview rounds. Always believe in yourselves, and even if the outcome of the interview might not be in favor of you, try to take good things from the interview which you have faced. Always remember to take notes on what you have learnt from that interview. Physical solutions. There are three types of physical solutions: being prepared, distractions, and rest. Being prepared. This means you should do a good research on the organization as well as the venue of the interview and calculate the distance from your home to the venue and also the time it takes to reach the venue. Reach on time, visit the washroom, and cross check how you appear. It is worse if you arrive very hot and sticky. It gives a feeling that you are in a mad rush and you got to the venue at the nick of the time. It makes you flustered. So always try to reach the interview venue at least 15 to 20 minutes earlier. Distractions. Reduce distractions as much as possible. Carry as much less luggage as you can to the interview, which includes your certifications, documents, etc. Keep your certificates and documents in an organized way so Whenever the interviewer asks you for a particular document, you should be able to carefully take out the document and readily give it to the interviewer. If you get confused while trying to find that particular document, it gives a wrong impression that you are not prepared for the interview. Rest. The third important physical solution would be rest. Have a good night's sleep the night before the interview. Tired people tend to make more mistakes as they cannot focus. Good practice. Always have a good practice of thinking and speaking to yourselves. It definitely boosts your confidence. Our next topic would be appearance. Most of us are always uncertain of what to wear for an interview. Looking sharp would always work. Your clothes would also communicate with the interviewers as much as your words. They reflect your personality. It is better to play safe, nothing too formal or too casual. For the best chance of success, your dress should be appropriate for the job and organization, clean and tidy, comfortable, because comfortable clothing not only gives you confidence but also it reflects your personality. As well as being comfortable, you'll be able to give answers appropriately and thoughtfully as your focus increases. It is not mandatory to wear a brand new dress for the interview. However, wear a clean and neat dress which is ironed. If you are uncomfortable, your body language and facial expressions can change. Though you might not be aware of it, it impacts the outcome of the interview. There are some things which you need to remember when you attend an interview, such as avoiding tight shoes, waistbands, tight straps, which would impact the outcome of the interview as you cannot completely concentrate. Now, let's go through attire and combinations for ladies and gentlemen. For gentlemen, tie and blazer if you have any, coat if you are wearing any. Your pen and watch combination should match. Your cufflinks and belt buckle should match. Your shoe and socks should match to the trouser. Let us go through interview attire for ladies. A solid coat, a conservative suit if you are wearing one. Moderate shoe. Avoid wearing inappropriate shoe. Try to wear a pair of professional shoe. Wear light or mild colored lip color and eyeliner. Nail polish, preferably light colored. Carry a pen and wear a watch. Limited jewelry and light makeup. Make sure your nails are manicured. Mannerisms. Most of us do have mannerisms such as moving the neck in an odd way, cracking knuckles, moving the feet across during your conversations, using your hands too often, and biting nails. These would distract the interviewer. You need to avoid such distractions. Basics. Let us go through the basic things you need to focus during interview. As you know, people always say that the first impression is the best impression. That is true. However, usually the interviewer makes up his or her mind when you walk in right through the door. Let us know some of the basics, which include knocking the door, looking at the interviewer or interviewers, walking in, greeting, shaking hands, and sitting down. Knocking the door. If the door is closed, knock the door, but not too hard. If you do not have the habit, just practice at home and check with your family and friends whether you were too hard or too sensible to knock. Looking at the interviewer. Maintain eye contact and smile. Please don't stare at them. If there are more than one interviewers, show lighthouse effect. Walking in. Your approach towards the interviewer should not be too fast. Maintain simple steps. Never rush in. Greeting. Greet the interviewer as appropriate. Say hello and offer handshake. Do not wait for them to offer you a handshake. Be gentle and don't be too hard. Strictly practice handshake with your family and your friends. To make sure all this happens, as discussed earlier, you need to carry as much less luggage as you can. Also, keep your right arm free for the handshake. The most important aspect is keep smiling during the whole process. Sitting down. Please wait while you are offered a seat. Obviously, the interviewer may show you the seat or the interviewer may say, "Take your seat." Never forget to thank the interviewer for that. This breaks the silence till the time you settle down. Let us go through the next slide on how a gentleman should look. Having a trimmed haircut, having a clean shave, having warm smile, a feel of confidence and a formal dress. Never forget a firm handshake and a correct body posture. Let us see how the seating position should be once you have been offered a seat. Do not lean forward on the interview table or slouch or lean back. The correct way to sit has been showed in the third picture. For ladies, let's check the seating positions. Holding your back straight, knees bent at 90 degrees and sitting comfortably with resting your arms on the armrest. In the next slide, you can see some images on how to offer a good handshake, how to sit, expressions to avoid during interviews, and expressions you need to practice. Let us see the things which you need to avoid during interview. Avoid usage of handkerchiefs, tissues, inhalers unless it is very necessary. Some people have the habit of carrying keychains. Try to avoid those. Mobile phones. Obviously, they should be in a silent mode. Be prepared for warm-up questions. Though not mandatory all the times, the interviewers might sometimes ask you about the journey, the traffic, and average time took for you to reach the interview venue. Never say that you found it difficult, it took too long, and do not complain about the traffic. Because if you were offered a job, you have to do the same journey every day. Actions speak louder than voice. So, let's see how your body language would speak about your personality. Head. Try to keep an interesting expression that you are keen to listen and you are actually understanding the conversation. Keep smiling during the conversation and don't be nervous. Maintain good eye contact with the interviewer and do not stare. If there are a group of interviewers, such as more than one, maybe two, or even three, try to maintain lighthouse effect, which means you need to look and maintain eye contact with all the three interviewers, however, focusing on the interviewer who is speaking to you. Nodding your head in response is a very good communication and it will build the rapport very quickly without interrupting the interviewer. Torso. It means the upper body. Do not lean forward too much on the interview table or lean back and slouch back on the chair. When you are making a point or answering, you can lean forward a bit. However, during the whole conversation, keep your shoulders relaxed. Hands. Relax your arms and place them either on your lap or armrests. If you fold your hands, it creates a barrier between you and the interviewer. Use your hands as appropriate and make sure you don't make any fast-paced movements when you are too expressive.
Okay, dear students, these are sample videos only. However, if you would like to have full videos, please deposit 1000 rupees into KV Institute's bank account, wherein we would be forwarding you e-links to your email ID. We have 2 sets of DVD courses, Telugu to English, a total of 50 videos on Spoken English, a complete grammar course with ebook support links. The cost of this course is 1000 rupees only. Advanced English and effective communication skills. The price for links on advanced English and effective communication skills is 500 rupees only. So, what are you waiting for? Fill in the order form and get your video links today. For more information, please contact Mr. Kakala Venugopal, Director of KV Institute of Spoken English. Happy learning. Or modes of payment.